Now, it is legal to leave Texas to get an abortion out of state. As we know, this decision has impacted millions of women across the country. Another demo also affected doctors providing these services. Among those is Alan Braid and his daughter, Andrea Gallegos, with Alamo Women's Clinic in New Mexico and Illinois. Andrea is joining me now via Zoom. Andrea, good morning. I'm not sure if you can hear me. There she is. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning.
Thank you.
For having me.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for taking time out of your morning to chat with us. It was around this time last year you were actually living in Texas, and we know the Supreme Court's decision influenced you to move. Can you tell us a little bit about how this decision came into play and how it impacted you during this past year?
Sure. I was born and raised in Texas, lived there all my life until last year when this decision came through. My father has been a practicing OBGYN in San Antonio and has provided abortions for over 50 years for the duration of Roe. And he had a clinic in San Antonio and a clinic in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, after the Dobbs decision, both of those clinics were forced to close, which, just like patients who are having to travel outside of banned states, physicians and clinic staff are having to make the same decisions if they want to continue to provide this care. So yeah, it impacted me greatly, not just professionally, but personally too, having to uproot my family to another state.
Mm-hmm. I've read there's a shortage of OBGYNs across the country, specifically in more rural areas, which is not really a surprise because there's probably a shortage of other health professionals in those areas as well. But they're saying that this worsened their ability to manage pregnancy-related emergencies if and when they were to pop up.
Right. With the laws that went into effect across the country in banned states, it's put physicians and their patients in very difficult positions. With pregnancy comes complications, and to manage a complicated pregnancy in a banned state is now very dangerous. And I certainly understand physicians who have made the decision just not to do this any longer, to put their license on the line, their livelihood, and face jail time if making a medical decision for, in a patient's best interest can result in those things. It's a incredibly dangerous burden.
For people watching right now, whether that be a family or even a medical professional, what would be your message to them who, they're contemplating, pregnancy and abortions? What would be your message to them this morning?
Yeah, I think with the fall of Roe, geography has now become a privilege. And I think it's really important to know the laws in your home state before even deciding to start a family. We don't know what kind of complications may arise in our own pregnancies, and to not have the options within your home state is scary. And so I would advise people to consider those things. Right now, these laws are forcing pregnant people to flee their home state for health care. And it's, again, an incredible burden to bear.
Andrea, thank you so much for taking time to chat with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.